Yeller.
Healer.
What's up, Bruckers?
Welcome to the eighth episode and the third episode in a row about men.
Dude, it's and every time I have to say, me, Katie, one of the crow hosts, has to say, this is not the theme of the podcast. However,
Right. And then me,
it's
Jess, also a crow host, has to say, yeah, it's not, this isn't the thing. Don't worry. But then you do have to
it's
worry because it's always going to be the thing.
yeah, every episode, I'm sure people are like, I wonder what the thing is going to be. I wonder what the theme is going to be, and we're like, don't even
Yeah.
think about it. Don't even worry about it. You know what it's going to
You
be.
know what it
You know what it
is.
is. Oh my God.
Here's the
Did we
thing.
say that at the same time?
I believe we did.
Oh
The
my
thing
God.
is we do talk about things that are newsworthy. And it just so happens that men fucking suck. And it's in the news a lot right now.
It's like the past 2 weeks have been like 0 days without incident. I'm not. It's
Oh my
oh,
God, we need a sign.
we do need a sign. I'm
Like
not
a
like
chalkboard.
it's becoming a trend. But before we get into that, I just want
Yeah,
to we need to have like a good stink here first.
right.
I just need to mention that it feels like we've been getting back into our Minecraft era.
Oh my God, dude.
Ugh,
It's
that's the good stink.
constant. Yeah, that is good. I can't
It's back.
stop. Yeah,
It's back and it's better than ever, honestly.
I mean, I think so. I can, it's I went on today and I was like I got to start something new. And then I just like walked around for like 10 minutes and I was like I can't get into this right now. This is going to be a whole day. Like I was like it's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah. Like you need to have like at least snacks prepared, like
Mhm.
something. You need to have the day blocked out. It's yeah, it's a
It
whole thing, but it's very
it's
good. It's
it's
very
so
needed.
good. I played off stream yesterday for like literally like 6 hours and then
Yeah.
streamed it for 4. And I was
That's
only awake for
so
12.
that's so bonkers. I love it. I mean,
It's
that is how you have to play it though.
Oh yeah, it's like Sims. It's like you play it for 6 months nonstop and then you abandoned it. You abandon it for like
Yeah.
6 more months. It just comes in waves.
It also helps that there was an update with like stuff.
New things.
The cherry
Yeah.
blossoms.
Oh,
Hello?
they're so good.
The way I lost my whole ass when I planted one of those after you chucked them at me, I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I gifted. Um,
Yeah.
I love that. I really want a sniffer. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The little guys that become big guys.
Cody and I spent a whole in real life day trying to find one because you have to like excavate a sniffer egg. And then
Oh.
after like 10 hours, he goes,
Do
"Tell me I'm your best friend." I was like, "What did you fucking do?" He goes, we're not looking in the right spot at all."
Oh
So we never found
no.
one. Um,
Oh
we'll get
no.
one. Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
Cody, by the way, he
Yeah.
demanded that I give
Right.
him. He needs everyone to know that he does like Germa, okay?
Editor's corner. From last episode, let it be known.
That he does like
Yeah.
Germa, apparently. He was like, "I was at work and I wasn't stoned, and you have to be in the right headspace for Germa." I'm like, "Okay, Cody, I get it."
That's
He's like,
fair.
"Everyone
That's
needs to know
fair.
that I like him."
Okay.
So he likes
Cody,
him.
sidekick Cody is a Germa enjoyer.
He's a
Yeah,
German.
yeah. A German, yeah. Okay. So just yeah, we need to clear the air there. It's,
Clear the
very very
stink.
dire that we
It
keep
is.
our things, our ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are you ready?
Um am I ever ready?
I don't know.
I mean, okay. So here's the thing. This might be a long episode.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lay that out here. And also, we are gonna be talking about um some sensitive topics. So I totally understand if that's something you don't want to listen to. However, we're not gonna get into anything too heavy.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
as a forward, as a content warning for what we're talking about, because we do talk about just men and
Hmm.
them doing bad things a lot. And
This
yeah,
episode is no different.
it's not. And listen, maybe next episode will be different. Maybe. Let's
If
see.
a man can act normal for once, then maybe
Hey,
we'll have a
take
funny episode in the future. Who
take
knows?
your bets. Hey, I'm gonna try and make it funny. I'm trying.
I mean, we will make it funny. We're hilarious, but
Listen, so
Jesus
true.
Christ. Can something funny happen in the news?
Today
Like, can another submarine
something.
go down, maybe?
Can,
I don't
can
know.
some more billionaires die so I can just be like, woo,
Right,
I don't have a
exactly.
dog in this game and I can just celebrate.
We do have dogs in this
Yeah.
game, unfortunately.
We have dogs in this
Several.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah. So, without further ado, we'll start out with the one that has happened within our community. Again,
Again.
a second man has struck the community.
Oh my god, dude. Third.
Third. Oh my god, so sorry. Yeah. Third.
And there's a whole thing with the first one. It's
Listen, not to be too cryptic, but there was another um incident where a community member just did some bad shit. Uh
just like full on, just boundaries did not exist
Full
with this
on
one.
sent dink pink to
Hmm.
someone they didn't know. First message.
Dude, I can't. That's the
That's
part that gets
crazy to me.
dude. You're gonna say, loved watching your VOD. Your voice is so soothing. Here's my fucking hog, dude.
Dink. And it's like, okay, here's the thing. Men cannot take dink pinks.
I
And we've
knew
already
from the
covered
censored
this.
image it was bad, dude. You know it's so bad.
I just can't imagine like sending I just can't imagine being in that position myself, being like first message to someone I don't know. This like, hey, liked your VOD, full on puss, full
Right.
on.
From that
Like,
angle,
what?
even?
Jesus. It's
It's
that's a war crime.
it genuinely
It's
is.
so bad.
It's so
Um,
haunting. Like, what worms do men have in their brain that they have like just like a little devil on their shoulder that's like, you don't even have to build a relationship with them. Women don't want relationships. They want
just
dink
send
pics.
just
Send
send dink pink. And it's like, and it's wild to me that this person who I assume watched a bit of my streams, listened to
Yeah.
me complain about the very thing that they're somewhat doing. And was like,
Right.
"Yep, I'll just chill here." Like, what the fuck? Like, what else can I say to ward you off that you are not welcome here? Um,
Right. It's
it's
so weird. It's
fuck
always the
wild.
people. When I first saw this person, I literally said to Cody, and I say this about a lot of men, because a lot of men will fit into this like aesthetic where they look like hipstery, but they also could look like they like call you a slur. So I was like, this man
Right.
would I don't know if this man would call me a slur or if he eats puss. And I couldn't
Yeah.
tell which one it was. And then I saw the cat and I was like, okay, maybe he eats puss. And then this happened. And I was
Yeah.
like, I knew it. I knew it.
It's foiled again, dude.
Foiled
It's
again.
so anyways, this person has been yoded from
Yeah. All of
many
our communities.
communities. And I guess without bringing up too much of the personal information, they did try to clear the air for themselves in like the stupidest way possible.
I
Can I
literally
just say?
said, so this person tried to say that their ex hacked their shit, which is literally my brother
Typical.
had my phone, my sister was on
Right.
my account. So sorry.
Right.
But I said to Cody today, I was like, it's such a stupid excuse that I'm almost like, should I believe it? Because it's
Right.
like no one actually gives that
No one.
excuse. I don't
Definitely not an adult, right? Like, you
No.
can't, but
But I
turns
don't
out.
know. I don't know. He's sticking with it, but one of the quote tweets on the initial tweet said that they had received numerous like shady messages from the person and like it's happened on occasion. So it's not like a one-time thing.
Hmm.
like you can only really stick to that excuse so many times, because like you would like build your shit up and get two-factor authorization and like change your number maybe, or change a
Yeah.
password. It's not hard to change a password.
Yeah, and it's like this person was claiming that like through Twitch DMs,
Mm.
someone had hacked and was like, sending messages, and it's like if that was happening, you would see the DMs, surely. Like you would see it
Yes.
from your end.
Right.
If someone
I
is in
would
your
think.
account. And also like this particular person was pretty tech savvy.
So tech savvy.
So for them to hide behind the like, oh, I got hacked thing, it's like my brother, like two
Right.
factor, and just like, even the ones where like you have to send a fucking text every time to
Right.
like do your shit, like, that's like pretty basic.
Yeah,
Um,
most platforms make you do that. Twitch makes you do that.
right.
So, I don't understand. And the Discord thing, like,
Discord is also 2FA, I'm pretty sure, like by
yeah,
default.
right.
Um, but yeah, the Discord thing was pretty interesting because they also tried to say that their Discord is being spoofed.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everyone listening to this podcast right now is very online and likely has a Discord. So you're aware that Discord just had an update where they took away the number system, which would have like your name and a series of numbers. So you could spoof someone's name, but not the
Right.
numbers, right? But they changed it so you can only have just like a regular username and it can't be used by anybody else. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
unique username type of thing. So they tried to use, and it's so wild to me because the
Because
screenshots were
you have
there.
DMs with them.
Right. I
So,
have DMs with them. I know what their like when their account was created.
right.
It's the same account. And they were like, oh yeah, this person was spoofing me. And it's like in the screenshot, it's not even what you're
Right.
talking about, brother. Like it's
And
that
you could at
update
least
has already
fake
occurred.
you could at least fake the screenshot that you are using to try to debunk these
The
things,
one
but
he
no.
was using.
Like, are you sure
Bro, he
about
forgot to
that?
shoop it. He forgot to shoop it.
It's just
And just like
uh,
using these like very old internet adages of like, it was photoshopped, my ex did it, I'm being
right.
harassed. Like, it's so very
And
like,
like
do you honestly think we're that dumb?
right. And also the amount of work it takes for someone, presumably a femme presenting person, if it's his ex, I feel like he probably is into
Right,
femme people,
right.
to hate someone enough that they would go out of their way to go to these lengths to do this for someone who has 500 fucking followers on
Bro,
Twitch.
for
Like,
fucking real.
either you did something so heinous to this person that you deserve it, or
Yeah,
this person
right.
is clinically insane. And I'm so sorry, I don't believe that any
Right.
femme
I
person is
just
clinically insane. So
enough to do this. Like that's
that's what I
so
mean.
much
Like,
work. It's so much
I wouldn't
work,
do that.
literally. Like a
It's
man
just
would probably,
a
but
man probably would.
yeah, and it's so odd. It's so odd. And I'm not putting blame here, but like if this was happening to me, like literally if someone was like nonstop harassing me via mail, via
Yeah.
like all the things that they said that they were being harassed
Showing up at their
through,
job, like,
I wouldn't be streaming on the internet probably.
no.
I'd probably be
No.
like very scared, right?
Right.
Like,
But is
and I don't
that
know.
because we are femme presenting people and like we have to be afraid of all people and men are
Right.
not? I don't
But you
know.
I would have to assume that if there was like a man out there getting like doxxed, harassed, like stalked at their job, like I would have to assume that that would be cause for concern enough to not be on the internet. I don't know.
Right. It doesn't add up. And
Yeah, it
like
was
it
it was
doesn't make any
weird.
sense. And also, like, I just want to go back to the angle of the photograph because I can't
It's
stop thinking about it and it's upsetting me.
it no,
Okay, let me
it
frame it for
straight up
you.
is upsetting.
Listeners at home. Imagine you're
Yeah.
sitting in your desk chair. right? Scoot it all the way to the back. And you have your pants on normally. And then you say, you know what? I'm gonna get a little frisky. And you pull your pants down around your ankles like you're pooping. And then
Ugh.
you take your phone and you put it between your thighs or on a surface directly in front of it. Because it is
Right.
level with the crotch. And then
It's
you
so
spread
up
your
there.
legs and you take that. Just of the. It's like.
It it's
I
the
feel
gynecologist special, dude.
it
It's
is literally clinical. And I do
it's
feel like if
clinical.
you AI'd a toilet under his butt, I would believe it's real.
A skippity
Unfortunately.
toilet.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, it's okay. And here's the thing. We've already talked about this topic before, and we will not be giving tips for
No,
dink pinks, but
because don't
let
send
me
them.
just say, not this.
Not that. The only thing that
Not
could have made it
that.
worse is if he was holding a remote for reference, like for size comparison, because for some
Oh
reason
my
they do that.
God. A remote, but are remotes all the same size? Does that work anymore? You're gonna hold
Maybe
an
not
Apple remote
anymore.
or
I
something?
don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
It's bad, dude. And like the sensor was too big.
The sensor bar was huge for no
It was
reason.
like the
And I'm
whole
just
and like no, listen. Props to the person who shared this and did the work, did God's work and censored it and then like put him on
right.
blast because it is the victim's sibling and like
Right.
thank you, good job. Thank you for protecting your sibling. If it
The
was
victim's
me,
sibling.
if it was me, that sensor would be not even a single pixel bigger than the wiener and I would be
Oh my
making fun of
God.
it. You know what I
Not
mean?
not even a single pixel. Just nope, true to
Like
size.
fully like exactly the same, the right size.
Right. I was about to say the sibling, the person who was the recipient of these photos is a minor in their country.
Mhm.
I don't know where this country is, however, that's disgusting still. Um
Right. And
like
the tweet
yeah.
said is a minor but old enough to stream on Twitch.
Okay.
I believe
The
that you only have to be 13.
13 is the age limit and it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't
No,
be,
it
but
absolutely shouldn't be.
like you can't be like, well, Twitch allows it and that have that be in the TOS. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so
Ugh.
messed up. And then also like you know it's a young person because they got in trouble. They got their laptop
They
taken
got their
away.
laptop taken away. Yeah,
Which is
it's
just like fem minors get that all the time, dude. Like they get in trouble for being harassed by men on the internet, which is a whole other conversation that like is just as bad.
yeah.
But the fact that she is young enough to get her computer taken for this shows that she's very young.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
We
I
don't
don't
know the
even know like
age.
where they are, there's no other defining things, but it's still just
Right.
like I don't know. And also I guess they were doing like VTuber stuff.
VTubing. Mm-hmm.
Um cuz this was brought to our attention from like kind of outside our community. I
How
would
did
not
you
have
get it?
known. I got it through a mod of mine, and they
Okay.
got it through somebody else who is more into the like the VTuber scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally don't even know if I would have known outside of that. So
No, when you told me, I was like, I looked at the link and I was shocked that like you knew about it because it had like 7 likes at the time. And
yeah,
like,
yeah,
not to shit on a person's numbers, I would never do that, but like, he isn't a big streamer. We're not big streamers either, but like, he is newer. So, like,
right.
his community and ours don't have a giant overlap right now.
Hmm.
So I was like shocked that it was even spreading on the internet.
Yeah, he had only really been in my community for like 2 months,
Yeah.
tops, I think, because it was around the Jump King
Oh,
stream,
yep.
I guess. So
Yep.
so yeah, it's so hard to kind of make and keep a community safe, but like,
It is so hard,
yeah, it's difficult because you don't
especially right
like.
now.
I personally, I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, every man is evil. Every
Right.
single one is insidious and out to get me. Because that's one, it's not healthy to
No,
live that way.
it's
Um,
exhausting.
it's exhausting. It's kind of like how people, femmes who are into true crime, like kind of work themselves into a fucking, worry all the time every
Yeah,
time they leave their house. It's like you can't live that way.
right.
However, it's just like when things do like come to light, it's like, oh, I have no qualms about just like
Mm-hmm.
striking down somebody out of my community, somebody that I know. Like
Yeah,
it's just
no, for sure.
so, yeah.
It and it sucks because it's been so many people in our community lately, and it's like
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
literally who can we trust? Like
It
I feel
does
like I don't want to
feel,
take my people over to men anymore.
yeah, and I think yeah, we were talking about that and it's like I don't know. It's weird because you want to like build communities with other people,
Hmm.
regardless of gender. At least I do.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but you don't like you want your community to be safe. Like literally, when I raid somebody, it's because I know they're gonna like be chilling here. I know it's not full of like a bunch of weirdos, like, or so I thought.
Right.
So that's like really like the point of raiding for me is that like people who still want to watch a stream or support others, like they can continue to do so safely, to
Hmm.
my knowledge, in the place where we're raiding. So yeah, it's it's a responsibility, but also had no fucking clue until
Dude.
literally yesterday.
Also, this has nothing to do with this person, but let's just say really quickly, if you're going to claim that your community
Mm.
is a safe space and you're going to have that as a message in chat,
A prominent message,
a
yeah.
prominent one that everyone can
Hmm.
see, and you
Yes.
want people to see, maybe
Yeah.
don't have a confirmed sex pest VIP'd in your channel. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe don't.
Maybe don't. Maybe don't have them, greet the people that helped in spreading the word on him. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
weird.
yeah. It's a weird thing to navigate, I will say. And I
Mm-hmm.
keep saying that because it does feel like something you have to navigate. Like you have to
It
dodge and
does.
fucking turn around. You
It's
gotta
like a
back
minefield,
up. You
dude.
gotta fucking it's so interesting. But yeah, it's also kind of weird to me to still be in the day and age where you think you can label uh, a safe space, right?
Yeah.
Because I
It's
I feel
not
like I've never
up to
taken that.
you.
Yeah, it's
It's
not.
it's up to the people to declare if they feel safe in your space. And I do still
Right.
have like safe space in a lot of my like bios because I haven't changed them, but like I've seen an uptick recently of like people talking about it on Twitter, like, or X, God.
Oh God.
Talking about how like it's not, you can't claim your space is safe unless like marginalized people feel safe in your space. And
Right.
how are you going to know that if you're not a marginalized person?
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird and it's like again, I never felt comfortable calling myself, oh, I'm a safe space because like we're on the internet. We're on the odds
Right.
gonest
We're on the odds
internet
gonest internet.
and it's all fucked and you never know like what people are because you don't know people.
No. And well, I mean, brave space.
Right. Dude. I feel like
I
even
know.
that kind of like rubbed me the wrong
It was
way.
virtue signaling. It felt
It
like.
it felt, even though like it was something I agreed to at the time, I was like, okay, well, this is my like mid ground. I'll
It
I'll
was like
say
the
this, but
closest
no
thing
more.
to right because everyone else is saying safe space. So you see brave space and it kind of aligns with your beliefs. And you're like, okay, well, this is better than the
Yeah.
alternative. So sure.
Yeah.
But it's still
Right.
not correct.
It's not, I don't know. Like I I have very little control over things that happen in chat sometimes. Like sometimes people will just come in and say like some bad shit and it's not
Right.
that it's like stuff that should be censored, but it is just like they'll fucking
Like
harass
zero
somebody, they'll
vibe
harass
check.
me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a safe space for me, dude. Like, I
Right. And
can't.
it's your
It's,
space.
every time I enter this space, I'm like, okay, fucking shoulder pads on, helmet on, I'm ready
I
to
know.
possibly fucking get something flung at me because that's how I enter my space. So I can't expect other people to feel the
Right.
same way. I don't know. But I don't know, dude. The internet's so weird. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
A little intermission before I get into my next thing.
The
Have you
big
seen
segment.
I'm sorry. The whole time, the entire time,
Oh no.
the entire time we've been talking about this, I've had a video
Oh
on
no.
my second. Let me just send it to you. I
Okay.
can't. 'Cause
Was it playing
you be
while you're I'm nervous, dude. I saw that. Oh my god.
I just
He like fucking beefs it, dude. This is a video of a Boston police officer
dying.
tumbling down a children's slide. Let me watch it.
Okay, so that has been on my second monitor this entire time, just going over and over.
It's so funny, dude. I saw one that it was well, the only one I saw was that video, but it said how cops are born. It's so
Oh
funny,
my
dude. He
god.
like okay, my question, right? Why did he get up there? And even like why did he do that? Do you think?
Dude, why are cops so dweeby? He's such a dweeb.
I know he fell in the stupidest looking way possible, dude. He fucking his arms were tucked in and he was just stiff and he just like rattling around in that metal
He
death
looked
trap.
like he glitched out of the
Yeah.
fucking slide,
He
dude.
he
It's
hit his
so
head off the
funny.
bottom and didn't move. Like it didn't move anything. Oh.
Oh my god, sorry, I have to look at it again. I have to.
Yeah, watch it again.
Uh,
I'm obsessed with the
like,
fact that it was playing. Like you gave that video like 200 views just talking about men on the internet.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
did.
god.
Oh my god. And I just now like broke down laughing about it.
It's so funny.
Because it's just been like background like shit for like the past fucking 30 minutes. And then I actually looked over and was like, oh my god.
Oh my
Um,
god.
oh my god. I feel like I deserve that break
You
though.
did, you know what? You did. You did deserve it. I think we all deserved it.
I feel like there needs to be at least one segment per podcast where you and I just crack up about something that none of the people listening can see. Um,
I think that's fair and valid.
I think, yeah, yeah, that's the hallmark of audio only podcast, I feel.
Mhm. I agree.
And I feel like by the time this comes out, people will have seen this. Please, it's the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh, well, I'm gonna
Um,
retweet it right now so that at least some
yeah,
people can see it.
for the masses, for future Frucktown listeners, you will see.
I'm already
Um,
typing.
has it been done?
Has what been done? The tweet? No, I'm
Yeah.
writing something. Hold on.
Okay. Cryptic.
Sorry. It's just I need it. It's the context we all need.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm waiting with bated breath for this tweet.
Okay.
Tweet sent.
Tweet sent. Post sent.
Oh, post, whatever.
Mhm.
Whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. This fucking website. Oh my god.
For the listeners, I tweeted it and said Katie was talking about important topics while
Yes,
recording Frucktown, and then looked
yeah.
over, and this was replaying over and over again.
Seriously, like 200 views for me. Oh my god, I have to
It's
close
so
it out.
funny.
I have to close it out because
Now it's doing it on mine, so
I have to be
I'm
normal.
also gonna close it out. Okay,
Yeah,
it's gone.
because you're gonna look.
I know.
It's gonna
dude.
get you.
It'll get.
All right. So the next
Back to the
portion
bad.
of our let's back to the bad, but like, dude, this has been. I'm gonna preface this by saying
Hmm.
This has been like watching a dumpster fire being lit and relit over and over again, and then like kind of put out, and then like kind of like smoldering, and then it's just like still a dumpster fire, so it's still
Right.
bad. Um, this internet drama I've been, well, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't call it drama. This
Yeah.
internet
Scandal.
s- saga.
Yeah. Yeah, Saga feels right.
I I say saga because at the time of recording, it's still like pretty fresh, like literally everything that has happened in this thing. And we are not a part of it for fucking once.
For
So
once. Well, you're
hooray.
not part of it, but you were a pretty big consumer.
I consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're talking about uh the Super Mega Saga, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is what I'll call it. Um
Yeah.
do you know what Super Mega is, first and foremost, to my co-host?
I had never heard about Super Mega before this.
You've never supered a Mega.
I've never supered. She never super on my Mega.
Have you? Because you're more of a TikTok person. I feel like at some point in the past, like couple years, like one of their old videos got really popular, the Blonde Boys video.
I don't even
Have you
know
seen
what they look
that?
like, dude.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God. So this is gonna be just like me doing like a Charlie Day with my pin board and everything.
Literally, and me just observing and going, mm-hmm.
No, this is what I wanted, because this is kind of like you've had a rough couple weeks. We all
Mm-hmm.
have,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, sure.
This is my story time to Jess.
Oh.
Um this is the Pillow Princess episode.
Oh, I love that for
So,
me.
so yeah, so you could just have your little zoot flute. Um
Yeah.
you can chime in with some commentary at will,
Oh,
please.
I'll chime.
Do not let me ramble, because I will. Um,
I'll chime.
but
Don't worry.
yeah, the commentary on, chime on, chime
Mm-hmm.
turned all the way
Set
up.
chime to on.
Set chime all the fucking way up. And also, dear listeners, I will provide as much context as I feel is necessary. Just know that this is YouTuber shit. This is
Mm-hmm.
YouTuber shit. Um, so at the top here, Super Mega is a YouTube channel ran by two dudes, Matt Watson and Ryan McGee. For previous context, they used to be editors for Markiplier, like back when he was blowing up, with like I guess like his, you know, FNAF videos and like that era. And then they also used to edit for Game Grumps. So they've been like
They've been
in the
around.
they've been in the YouTube sphere for like a hot minute. And it feels like they're kind of just like in all of these corners of like YouTubers and whatnot. It goes very deep, but I'm gonna keep it simple, to the
Mm-hmm.
facts, to the issues, to everything that's happening, because I feel like, and this is like, I'm so glad I'm not super famous on the internet.
I know,
Um,
dude.
because as you're gonna see in this saga, as I've called it, because it's very unfair to call it drama, because
It's
there's, you
bigger than
know, some
that.
serious things happened
Yeah.
in this. But it's just like interesting how shit can just get blown to smithereens, like within a matter of like days. It can just all like kind of tumble, and it's messy.
Yeah.
um it's real messy, and like even when like we're dealing with stuff in like our community, like because we've had, as you know, we've had
Several occurrences.
incidents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. um we we try to keep it as respectful as possible, because that's
Right.
like, it's like pretty important to, I feel like, everybody to um you know, I don't know, kind of have some integrity
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
um but in the YouTuber sphere, there is no such thing, I don't think.
Oh my God, no. I
I
feel.
think I think if you enter any sort of like YouTuber sphere, and this is not like a general brushstroke I'm doing. I'm just editorializing. I feel like you do kind of like lose a bit of integrity.
Yeah.
It's not built in anymore.
No,
Um
they're built different
s-
now.
they're built different. They're manufactured different.
Hmm.
So yeah, the top of this issue, the Super Mega channel had an artist that did like all their thumbnails, and his name is Don. And I want to make sure that that's like stress that this is like the focus of the everything, even though it
Yeah.
does like go into like these wild just like things that shouldn't have even been brought in. Like this is the focus and should always be the focus.
Right.
Dawn, and the victim who came forward, their internet name is Lex Updog. They do uh sex work stuff, they do artists, like drawing and stuff. They do a lot of stuff on the internet. Um, so I guess they were in a relationship at the time, Dawn and Lex, and they came over to what is called the Super Megaplex, which is essentially just a house that
Yeah,
they
it was just
rented
the
to do YouTube
office.
stuff. Yeah,
And they
it's
called it that, and
listen,
that's so nerdy, and
it's
I hate it. Like, are you sure? That's the most narciss I'm so sorry. That's so narcissistic. Imagine if, like, I got a second house for my stream and I was like, this is the Jess M. Kelplex. Like, I'd get sent to internet jail.
I mean,
It's
here's the
so
thing.
stupid.
This is YouTubers, dude.
Right, YouTubers are built different. I forgot and I just
Right.
said it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they are built differently. However, though, if I did have a separate house for content making, I probably would name it something real dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I same. Yeah.
See? But
But it
listen,
wouldn't be, it would be something funny.
this is men, okay?
Right. Men
Listen,
aren't funny.
Super Megaplex is the name. It is not a megaplex at all. It is literally just a house in LA. Um, and that needs to be also like stressed because of things that went down here.
Hmm.
Um, they would often have like people stay at the Plex. They would call it the office, whatever. Because it was essentially a house. So, um, apparently during some point in time, Lex and Dawn were staying over, and Dawn had sexually assaulted Lex, kind of coerced her into doing oral sex that she didn't want to, kind of like in a forceful manner.
Like
Um,
physical,
yeah,
like pushing.
pushing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that went down technically at their office, which is a fucking
It's so fucked
HR
up.
disaster.
Right.
If they had HR,
Of course, well,
but
yeah,
they
it's
don't.
just rough.
But also, like, on the other hand, HR also kind of sucks.
HR protects the company. It doesn't protect the employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So again, it's a very like much a logistical nightmare to have like friends staying at your office,
Right.
right? So this event happened at some point in time. Also, if anyone gives a shit about like very minuscule details about this, I do encourage you to look it up because
Oh,
I'm just kind of glancing over. I'm doing a little story time for Jess, okay?
yeah.
A little story time for Jess. I'm doing a little story time for you because also this has a lot to do with like shit that we've had to
Yeah.
deal with the past 2 weeks in more ways than one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. So this happens. They didn't know about it initially, from what I can tell. This was brought up like at a later time by Lex to Matt and Ryan. She like confided in them that like something had happened. And they handled it kind of not great. They kind
Surprise.
of yeah,
Yeah.
surprise. So at this time, um they kind of like, I don't know, there was an incident where Dawn the artist was still at the office, and also Lex was invited to come over to the office, so knowingly they had two people at the same spot that were kind of like in this weird situation that was just brought to light. So yeah, it was an awkward and mishandled by these
Yeah.
two white dudes essentially. So in this part of the story, Lex has brought up things to Matt and Ryan. They've kind of like mishandled the situation. However, they do fire Dawn as their channel artist.
Which is
Um,
something, I
yeah.
guess.
So they fired Dawn. They didn't say why publicly, like to the fans. And I feel like that's appropriate because I don't think at this time Lex wanted that to be
Yeah.
known. And it's not really like their place to say like what happened, right?
Right.
So all the fans knew, I guess, at this point was that Don is not the channel artist anymore. He had to deal with some family situations. And yeah, so he's out. He's not a part of the company anymore. However, Lex still feels like the situation was not handled as well as it could have been initially.
I
And
mean, yeah.
yeah. And there was also some other things that they had mentioned in a video that they put out about all of the things that went down. If anyone wants to watch that, if you're interested, that was the first thing that they put out. So this came out last Thursday. Um, Things quickly just became not about the situation, which was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Um, And it's like, so the thing, like, when things like this come out, like, it's so important to support the victim, right?
Mhm.
Like, somebody is coming out, like, against, whether you knew them or not. These are big YouTubers. Like, people knew them. They worked with a lot of people. They had a lot of connections. It's scary to, like, come out against not only that, but Dawn is also kind of has like a big following as well as like an artist.
Oh,
So
it's
it
a
was
double
a
whammy.
lot. Yeah. It was a lot saying, hey, this person I was actually in a relationship with SA'd me, right? Like
Yeah.
that's hard to say also as they are a sex worker. And
Right. And
it's
that
so,
adds in a whole other layer. Like, people don't believe femme people anyway. And then on top of
right.
that, it's horrific.
Dude, the amount of fucking YouTube drama channel goblins that have already come out with videos being like, this sex worker is saying they're sexually assaulted, then they continue to date them. It's like, dude, have some tact. I
It
know you
takes,
lack that, but like,
right,
what the
fucking drama
fuck?
channels, dude. When it comes to like
Yeah.
an abusive relationship of any kind, it takes the female partner typically 7 times to leave. So for anyone
Yeah.
to say like why would you stay in a like, it's so, there's so much depth to that. Like,
It's, yeah, it might be hard to wrap your head around if you've never experienced that, which,
right.
I pray no one ever does, but it's like, yeah, this person had just like so many things against them, and they still came out to say,
Mhm.
hey, something happened to me, and it's been like making me mentally spiral. It's been affecting
Right.
my mental health, and like, I just need to say something about it. Right.
Mhm.
That was essentially what happened. And that should have been like the focus that like Dawn is this person who like did this thing. Um, and they should have been the focus primarily. Matt and Ryan also included with this, and they mishandled the situation. It was a bit clumsy, you could say.
Yeah.
Um, and then more stuff started to come out for some reason. I think this was either like Friday or Saturday. Um, Morg Pie.
Oh
This
yeah.
is a known like a popular. I think she does like Pornhub and OnlyFans
Mhm.
primarily. Also a sex worker. Uh, Goes live on Twitch. Um, and everyone's like, oh, what's going on? Because it was titled, talking about the super mega whatever.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, what's this person have to say?" And then she kind of went on this thing about hooking up with Matt Watson at some point, getting ghosted. Like it was kind of like an aside to everything that was happening, but
Mm-hmm.
they went live. They talked about like all this stuff that didn't really concern other people. And this is also like I'm just reiterating, this is also like something you have to be sensitive with, is if somebody doesn't want to be like known, and they're not a part of the situation, you shouldn't name people.
Right. Yeah. You don't need to bring them
Uh
in unless it's like absolutely necessary, I
yeah,
feel.
especially like naming.
Right.
Like the situation that went down was that like I guess someone in the chat outed who Matt was in a relationship with, even though that wasn't public information. And it's like,
Oh, I hate that.
yeah, and it's like that this is so like not even part of the situation at hand, right? Like
Right.
we're going away from the nucleus of like Lex getting sexually assaulted, Super Mega
Right.
not handling it well, Dawn is a piece of shit. Like that needs to be the
The
center of it,
focus.
right?
Yeah.
And so this kind of like spiraled into like a drama about people's personal lives. And it was like a nightmare to watch because at this point, Super Mega hadn't said anything.
Oh,
They they weren't they hadn't had like a response out yet, so things were just happening. So
everything
this whole
happens
street,
so much.
everything happened, and again, I'm so glad I'm not like a big YouTuber, or else like
I
I
know.
don't know, I would just claw my face off, I think.
Ugh,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, in this stream, a lot was brought up that was didn't need to be, I guess. Didn't need to be like really brought to light. There was one thing mentioned that, again, doesn't have anything to do with the major problem, but is still like pretty ick. Is that Ryan was sexting fans,
Ugh, dude.
and it's
Why
like
is that so common for men? Like, I don't
it's
understand it.
it's so odd. And also, I just want to stress that they were adults. That should be
I mean, good.
stressed because I know we
Yeah.
were just talking about other
The whole
things
thing,
earlier,
yeah.
but but yeah, it's definitely like a power imbalance at play.
Right.
And that's another thing that we've been dealing with in our community is people with their, a power
Mm-hmm.
imbalance and having all these people in check and,
Having them where you
it's
want them and getting what you want out
yeah.
of them, and
Yeah.
it's just so, I
It's
just don't get
it's
it.
so like I don't understand just like using your fan base as your spank bank, but okay.
That the concept of that is crazy to me
It's
because
so
like
bad.
thinking about like my community, like they're all like, I just don't understand it. Like, how can a content creator look at their community as just like a pile of people that they can use for their own gratification? Or like they like inspect names and see if, and like pick up on personality traits through their chats and like find out if they're like someone they would want to like fuck. Like, it's just
Right.
the craziest mindset, and I cannot even like put my brain in their shoes. You know what I mean?
It's like it's predatory behavior, to be
Oh,
sure.
big time.
It's not good.
No.
But it's just like it's such a bad, it's ick. Like again,
It's
yeah, I
ick.
can't even think of like doing that, I mean obviously at all.
Right,
But like
obviously.
to use like your fan base for like just weird, just like instant gratification, also while being in a relationship, like a
Yeah.
monogamous relationship, because also as this was happening, um Ryan's ex-girlfriend posted on Reddit saying that they had been in a 6-year long relationship all the while he was texting
Dude,
fans. So
the similarities are
it's
it's
right.
crazy. I
Whiplash, dude.
I know, it's like again, it's fucking deja vu, dude. I it's
It
crazy.
and it's so like I feel so bad for that person because they found out about this because of like everything
Because of all of
happening.
this.
Yeah,
Oh, that's traumatizing.
dude, just imagine, like, they weren't together anymore, but they were like, oh
But
yeah,
still, that's
this
six
checks out.
years. Like,
Yeah,
that would be so painful. And to have it broadcast across the entire internet.
right.
Ugh, that
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
It's just, and like, it's so bad. Like, this whole thing has been such a mess, and it gets worse, dude. It gets
Okay.
so much worse. It gets so much worse. I feel. I don't know. I feel like it gets worse.
Do you feel like it gets
It
worse
gets it gets worse before it gets I don't
before
want to
it
say better,
continues?
but like before it gets I don't know.
Less
I don't know.
tragic? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. It's because it's still going, but
right.
we're getting into there. Hi, audience. Are you still with me? Audience, are you still
Snap,
with
snap, snap.
me?
Open your
Let's
eyes. You
go.
good? There's
Good.
more.
Let's go. It's a
All right.
saga. I said it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there is a an employee we need to talk about, an ex-employee that does
Okay.
play into this, and this is really fucking fucked up and weird. Um, so they had an employee named Leighton who did their merch and stuff for a couple years. He did like other things as well. And he was recently fired in April of this year.
Okay.
So that is important to remember because Leighton decided to go live as well.
Mm.
Um, he also is important to note that he is a gay man, and he tried to discredit Super Mega, saying that they were homophobic and that they would make
Oh.
gay jokes at him at his expense.
Oh. I remember
So
hearing this.
yes, so he reiterates this again that it was a hostile work environment and he wasn't comfortable with the jokes, and a lot of things happened behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He also uh, exposed Ryan's current partner as being queer, which was not, um, I don't know. Again, you shouldn't be
Yeah.
dragging other people into stuff that has nothing to do with them.
Right.
So that was a whole thing because he implied that at one point Ryan had misgendered them behind their back.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. That is brought up.
Keep that in your back
And
pocket.
keep it in your back pocket because it will come back again.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is also super fucking important to mention, and this is one is pretty upsetting. So going back to the super mega lore, they were editors for Markiplier at one point. It was Matt, it was Ryan, and it was their friend Daniel, who
Okay.
they had a YouTube channel with called Syndigo, and they were all editors for Markiplier. And then, unfortunately, Daniel took his own life at Markiplier's house. Like there, it was.
Oh.
This is a whole, yeah. So this is kind of like in deep in the lore. Like super mega fans know like how touchy the subject of suicide is for like
Yeah.
both of them. Um, they were, very close, and so Leighton brought up also in this stream that both Matt and Ryan called Daniel a coward behind
Oh my
everyone's back, and
God.
they would shit talk about him, committing suicide and whatnot. Um,
Dude.
and I feel like that, like, again, why are we bringing this up? One, two, that sounded so wrong from the get go. That was
Yeah.
like that was a canary in the coal mine. When I like read that, I was like, I don't think they would do that.
That
Like,
seems like if you wrote a comic book with a supervillain. Like
dude, yes, exactly.
it's
Dude,
like so exaggerated sounding. I don't know.
it's like it just seems like such a weird thing to say and bring up considering everything that they had been through.
Right.
With suicide in general, especially with their friend. And it's like also on the other hand, people do grieve differently
Yeah.
when it comes to these things. And I've known people who've had people take their own lives, and they do feel angry towards it. And they're, you
Yeah,
know what? That's
it
valid to
is.
feel angry
I think
about
so.
that. So
Yeah.
let's just say that they did say that, right? That they
Hmm.
were angry and they maybe had said it at one point. Why are you bringing this up?
Right. Is
Like
it like dogpiling?
that's it, dude.
It's like everyone wants a piece of the pie, right? So they want to have their own thing said so they can get like
Right.
it's so shitty and like I don't want
Yeah.
it to be true, but clout.
Yeah. No, it's the whole Leighton issue coming back, like you have this like very disgruntled employee, like basically trying to scorch earth, just like
Hmm.
ruin your name and also attach themselves to this situation, which is so
Right.
serious. And again, dear listener, have you if you've forgotten at this point, there's, sexual assault happened at the core of this between
Hmm.
people that are not even being talked about right now. And
Right.
it's so like bad. And that's like, I don't know, it's such a nightmare. And I feel like if I was a person and I like, you know, said my piece about something that happened to me and then it was
Yeah,
just
dude.
being used to dogpile, I
I
just
would
don't
be
know how I'd
so
feel about it.
upset because
Yeah.
it takes so much strength to even come forward in the first place. And then
Yeah.
for it to just spin off into different directions and like no one cares about the actual problem and they want to it's just it sucks, dude.
Yeah, and it felt like, dude, watching this from the sidelines, I was like, they better say something at some point before somebody says some more, I don't know, like just shit that is spiraling from the main point. It was
Yeah.
so like, I don't know, it was like a car crash just over and over.
Yeah.
And it's not done, but we're getting
God.
there. Oh, we're getting there.
Okay.
So, uh, there's responses on
Okay.
Monday. That we're getting to that. Um, they are, here's the thing. YouTuber responses tend to be pretty ass. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I
They
don't think I've
usually
ever
don't even
seen
feel like they're from the actual person. Like it's reading it feels like it's from a PR person almost every time.
right. Right. Yeah. And I feel like we literally just witnessed probably one of the all-time
The worst
Colleen
apologies.
dude. And I didn't
Yeah.
even know she posted that on her side account too. That's so fucked.
Oh, dude. The whole thing's
Not
fucked.
even main account. But yeah, we're used to seeing these like YouTuber apology videos and they're always titled My Apology and I'm so sorry and it's
Or
like
hi, period.
hi, just like
Or
really
we need to talk.
dramatic. You could literally make a bingo chart off of a YouTuber
Literally,
apology.
dude. Oh,
You
it's
could
so
do
cringy and bad.
crocodile tears or any crying, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the floor.
Oh my
Um
god, dude.
Sitting on the floor is
Sitting on the floor is major.
like sit the fuck on your desk,
Oh,
dude.
you know what
Like
the
be an
biggest one
adult.
is? You know what the free
What?
space could be? Pretending to set up the camera in the beginning, but like not cutting it out.
Why would you like it's so that's
They do
so
it to add like
editorialized.
yeah, they do it to like add intimacy. Like this is just so like spur of the moment and I'm so
It's
upset. So I'm
performative for
it's
them.
so performative.
Yeah. We've also
Ugh.
got like the big sigh.
Oh my
The
god.
like camera on.
The biggest
So
sigh.
I didn't think I'd be making one of these videos,
Yeah, I never thought
Like,
I'd have to make this
oh,
video.
it's
That's
like
one.
shut the fuck up. It's
I told
so
myself I wouldn't cry.
I dude. And then also like diverting from the topic by putting in your own like personal story. That
Oh
that
my
also.
god. Yep. Claiming to be the
So,
victim. It's just always the same.
dear listener and dear Jess, I gotta say, these responses were not that.
Really?
I'm I'm shocked to
I'm
say,
guffawed.
and listen, y'all can watch them if you want, if you care. There are two responses, and they
Okay.
are titled like Ryan's response, Matt's response.
Okay.
Not apology, not hi, period. So
Oh
so
god.
Ryan's response is less than 10 minutes long, which if you know anything about YouTube
Mm-hmm.
means that it's purposely not monetized.
It's not
Um
stretched to get more mid-roll ads.
right.
Yeah.
Matt's response is a little bit longer, but it needed to be a little bit longer, but I also don't think that video is monetized.
Okay.
So in Ryan's response, he basically just centers it on Lex. He says, "Yeah, we fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
We mishandled the situation. People have lost their jobs. I feel bad." Like he actually seemed remorseful. There wasn't any like drama. There wasn't any like crying. It was like straight up, "I'm a piece of shit." He literally said, "I don't deserve a platform. This is my last video."
Oh shit.
And
He pulled a
I don't
Jenna
know.
Marbles.
Yeah. And I don't know. Again, listen, I was a fan of these two, and it's, I'm not without my ability to just X people out of my life. I love, like,
Oh
as soon as
yeah.
people show me that they're like bullshit, I'm like,
Bye.
all right, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
But these responses were really thought out. They were centered on the actual situation at hand. Um, yeah, no like over the top editing on Ryan's part. It literally is just like a video of him saying, "I'm sorry." Um, and things should have been handled better.
Mm.
And the thing is that in our past 2 weeks here on the internet, you and I,
Yeah.
we have experienced the way that people can mishandle being called out for shit.
Oh my god.
Um,
Yeah.
in the most fumbling of ways, from apologizing before you know what you're apologizing for
Leaving the internet
to
before anyone can give you any
just
shit.
piecing the fuck out and not saying anything,
Mhm.
or just,
Telling on yourself and then acting like nothing happened. That's another
yeah,
one. And then we have my brother had my phone.
dude, we've run the gamut. It
It's all
literally
of them,
has
like
been
everyone.
everyone. And then this response actually being like what you would probably want to hear,
Mm-hmm.
like in a situation like this, right?
Yeah.
It's like owning up to it. Just own up to it, Because like
Right.
there's a lot of damning evidence from like everybody, and I was just like, oh, God, I hope they just own up to it. Just fucking say you fucked up, and they
The
did.
worst apologies or whatever addressing things is when
Hmm.
people have a fucking list of everything that has been claimed and they want to debunk everything and they want to be like, this isn't true, this isn't true, that's not true. And it's like, nobody gives a shit if it's true or not, but now they definitely don't like you.
Right,
Like they already made this assumption of you. You saying you're wrong doesn't change that. It just makes you look like a narcissist.
right. Well, Matt's response um
Oh.
is 48 minutes long.
48 minutes? You said a little bit longer.
Okay, I did.
Yeah, bestie, you said Ryan's is less than
Well,
10 minutes.
right.
Matt's is a little bit longer,
Hey,
but it
guess
needed to
what?
be.
Dyscalculia bitches rise up.
Oh, yeah. Numbers?
It's like
I don't know
a
her.
little bit, like, from 9 to 48.
40 minutes longer, give or take.
Oh my God. So,
Okay. And what was in the 48
no,
minutes?
it's it's more receipts than a CVS, dude.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. And here's the thing. You just said you don't like debunking videos, and I agree. I don't like when things are like, "Oh, but I did this and I did this." Right?
Right.
Um this video started off obviously centered on the actual problem. Again,
Okay, good.
he was very remorseful that he fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It felt genuine. There again, no crocodile tears, no fancy editing. They're sitting in a chair. I should know. They're both sitting in chairs at their
Okay.
desk, not on the floor. No
Oh, God
ukulele.
bless.
Um and yeah, a lot of Matt's video, it was longer because he had a lot more to answer to, I guess, in
Okay.
terms of like what was being talked about.
Mhm.
Um So Matt's video, he has several text messages. And it goes from the Lex Updog situation to the Leighton situation. And I would say if you care, look it up. But
Oh, I will be.
it kind of, in my opinion, and again, my opinion doesn't matter because the only opinion that matters here is Lex's opinion, the person
Yeah.
who, the situation is about. Like, and we'll get to that. We will. But yeah, he like basically shows all these texts saying, this is how we talked. There wasn't any ill will here. We did, we did fumble. We didn't act the way that we should have. We should have, been a lot more um mentioning being more like professional and like having, both of them not be at the same house at the same time, like,
Right.
shit
Yeah.
like that. But then it also kind of, I don't know, it's messy. It's messy as hell, I'm gonna say. Um,
Okay.
Kind of debunks Morgue Pie's whole stream almost.
Oh.
Um, because she had claimed that uh Matt slept with her and it was between girlfriends and like they were cheated on and blah blah blah. Um, and in Matt's video, he shows like all of the texts and he's like basically saying, this is a casual thing. I'm not looking for anything serious.
Mhm.
And it seemed like, between two consenting adults that was
It was
the
just a
deal.
normal thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Morgue Pie's stream is losing like a lot of credibility in that sense. Like, I
Okay.
don't know why she brought that up.
Yeah, I
It
don't know why
feels
she
weird.
did that in the first place,
Um,
but pop
but
off,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah, I guess.
I
But yeah,
guess
the
reluctantly.
latent texts, however,
Hmm.
are holy fuck, dude.
Oh,
This guy is a cartoon villain, I feel. I'm
he is
just
a cartoon
holy
villain?
shit.
Oh no.
Dude, scorned ass employee going wild, dude.
Oh
I
shit.
feel. Because multiple text messages there are like in the like group chat they have with employees. He brings up, he's like, hey, if you want me to cut back on the gay jokes, just let me know. Cause like it's very much their humor. They're two fucking white dudes. They're making gay
Yeah.
jokes
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then Leighton responds, no, I like them. They're funny. I like you guys because he was a fan. He was a
Okay.
super mega fan before being hired. So in a lot of texts, it's disproven that they, did it to make him uncomfortable and didn't check in with him a lot because they
Right.
did. Um, and also, Leighton was a bad employee apparently.
Oh no.
Uh, and he didn't do shit. He just
Really?
smoked weed and hung out at the Plex.
Oh man. And was just on
It,
payroll.
dude, bro, they fired his ass, right? They fired
Okay.
his ass. They did not have to, in this situation, legally give him severance because of the way that the company is structured. They gave this motherfucker $12,000
Oh my god.
in, dude, right? It's severance. And
They said, please just go and take our money and just be quiet. And he
dude,
said, nope.
they and there are text messages where they're saying, you can have the narrative. They basically said like you can say what you want about like leaving Super Mega. We're not going to say we fired you. You can say that you left, and he did.
That's
That's how it
massive.
was portrayed. He's like, no, I left. And it was been great working here. Blah blah blah.
And
Um,
they still get, like, that should have been severance enough. Like,
dude, $12,000 is
I mean,
like
pocket
okay, and
change for
they're in
them.
LA, so that's a couple months rent for LA.
12,000 is a couple months rent.
I dude,
That's
LA.
crazy. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
But still, $12,000 severance in a deal that didn't need to be made, but
Mm.
they did it anyways. So yeah, I don't know. It all has imploded and the the consensus is that Leighton definitely went scorched earth, brought up things that shouldn't have been brought up about like their personal life, um, dragged like people's names into it that didn't want to be
Ugh, I
exposed,
hate
and it's
that.
like that that part really like ugh,
It's gross.
because like I felt like when our community was like handling the whole situation uh earlier, we
Yeah.
were like, yeah, the person, if somebody wants to talk, they will say.
Yeah, I feel like everyone was very respectful about
Yeah,
people sharing their own
yeah,
stories and just giving them the platform for that. Like
right.
it just shows that in situations where people truly do not want to like just do good and they want clout or whatever, they don't care about who they're going to hurt in the process.
Yeah, that is what it seems like. And it's
Mhm.
so like it's such a fucking mess, dude, because I don't know, it's just gotten so like off the path of what it needed to be focused on, and yikes.
Yikes, dude.
Yikes. And it's like I don't even know if it's over. I just
Probably
wish it was
not.
over. Like,
It's
yeah, probably
never
not.
over.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say though is if this was a woman or a femme presenting person, I feel like men can bounce back from being quote unquote canceled on the internet much
Right.
easier than women. And I feel like if that happened to a femme presenting person, like imagine if Lex came forward and got the amount of shit that like Ryan and Matt are for any
Right.
reason, she would just be gone because she would never be able to
Yeah.
come back from it. And that's so messed up.
And you know what? That's something that I noticed is that like
Mm-hmm.
when this came out, everyone was very supportive of Lex. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it like the community that I guess like is mostly super mega fans, like they were like, "Oh, yeah, we support you 100%." So that was like refreshing to see because I feel
Yeah.
like the sphere of online and like it really depends on like the content creator and like what type of audience
Yeah, I was just
they
thinking that.
make, you know?
Yeah. It shows that their community is good enough that they are going to support the person that comes out, which
Right.
that does say something about Ryan and Matt
Yeah.
because you the way that you are will attract those kind of person like people
Right.
regardless of who you put forward, like
I
your
also
actual
feel
personality is going to
like
come out.
Yeah, I also feel like that's why it was such a clusterfuck at first when this all came out. Like everyone was very supportive of the victim, Lex, but then
Mhm.
everyone was so like fucking like there were like long time fans. Like I've only been watching them for like the past year and a half or so. There are people who've been watching them since like their channel started like 6 years
Yeah.
ago who were like, I am so hurt right now. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
kind of like
oh
cognitive
man,
dissonance.
that
Like,
sucks. Like it just sucks.
yeah.
And they've definitely lost a lot of people since this
Yeah.
has come out. But I feel like it's kind of slowed down because now everyone's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like
It's
taking like
so
a left turn. It's so weird.
it's like I've never seen anything like it before in the YouTube sphere, at
Mhm.
least when it
Mhm.
comes to like big controversy. I guess that's why I've also just been like looking at the updates, just like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
It's just like careening off. It just feels like everyone is just going bonkers. Um, but yeah, that's the saga for now.
So
But I
far,
felt like I had to bring it up because it's
it's so
like
in line with
perfect
everything.
example. Also, perfect example of just like not how to not handle situations like this.
Right,
Like,
dude. It's I just don't get it. Like you don't have to involve people that don't need to be involved. You like just keep it about the important part. Like the thing
like,
was the
yeah,
essay, and that
yeah,
obviously wasn't handled well. That sucks.
right.
They should have handled it better. But like targeting their personal beliefs and not even beliefs, but like it's just outing a partner is
Outing a
crazy.
partner, outing your partner, kind of outing yourself, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's I don't know. It shouldn't have happened. Um
No, not at
And
all.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like even when things were going down in our community and like we were kind of talking, you would see like whispers on Twitter, but like even if we knew who we were talking about, nobody said a name,
No.
right? Like nobody
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, this is who they're talking about." Because it's like you just can't
You
do
can't
that.
do that, dude. It's
Even if you know, even if you're right, it's not your place to say.
no. And also, cover your ass. Don't do that. You never know if someone's gonna come out against you and like with a lawyer. You never know.
Right. Yeah,
But also just
exactly.
don't be a shitty person and just don't do it.
Right. Also, I feel like I should end this by saying that Lex liked their responses, Matt and
Oh,
Ryan, how
okay.
they handled, the situation. And I feel like that's kind of like all you can really ask for is that the
The
person
victim
who it
approves.
affected, like they can have some clarity. Um,
Right. Yeah.
because it's like it's something that like eats away at you and
Mhm.
you want to say something and it's like it's like a tipping point. It's like you either just continue to live and have something eat away at you that can be, brought to light,
Right.
or, you fucking alley oop, be like,
Yeah.
hey, something happened to me.
And
Just need to get
it
that out.
feels bad to do both.
Yeah, it does.
One, potentially you can come out on the other side, but it's you don't know if that's gonna happen, especially if it's a fucking internet celebrity, dude. Like that's
Right.
like
That's
props to
terrifying.
Lex, because like I don't know if I could be that strong of a person, honestly.
I don't either. Yeah, it's definitely like a very brave thing to do. But yeah, I guess she was thankful for their responses and I don't know. We'll see what happens next. I hope people are done kind of like milking this for drama, to be honest.
Yeah, move on to
Cuz
the
like
next thing.
cuz like on the here's the thing about YouTube, cuz there's two sides to drama YouTube, right?
Yeah.
There's like literally drama channels that just talk about drama and
Mm-hmm.
they might be like, more like entertaining. And then there's the people who are just like incel shitheads making videos
Oh my
about
god.
it. So it's like
Yeah.
there's two sides of the spectrum. It's like drama YouTubers just getting in, like first day made a video, and it's like they haven't even replied. Like, do
They
you not
know that
want
they
the
can get those
whole?
sweet. No, they don't give a shit.
No, I
They
know
don't
they
give a
don't.
shit
I
about the
know.
story. They just want the clicks. It's
It's so
heinous.
bad. It's so bad. It's just so, I don't know. YouTube is a fucking black
Hell
hole.
site, dude. Twitch is bad. YouTube is worse.
I I do feel that in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I maybe because YouTube is like an older platform and it's like there's more just hierarchy there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it's easier to like monetize your bullshit,
It is. Yeah.
right? Because like if someone goes live on Twitch, it's like you have to have people show up. If you make a drama video on YouTube, that shit gets clicks if you
As
have the
long as it gets
fucking
sent into the algorithm, you're good.
yeah, as long as you got that good title, that good thumbnail, like there
Yep.
goes. Yeah. It is a breeding ground for just like people who want to get in on the everything. Um
Yeah.
and I hope to never be there.
No. No, no, no. Just upload your silly little VODs
My silly little VODs. Yeah.
and
No, that's
shorts, and
uh
that's it, you know?
that's it. And maybe me rambling about movies in the future after the strikes are done. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, no, that's all YouTube is for.
It's all it should be for.
Um
YouTube
I
was
think
not
so.
created with they were like, okay, people are going to benefit from this because they're going to talk shit about like crime cases and stuff. Like I think YouTube was made to like show a video of your cat farting, you know?
YouTube was made for the Numa Numa dance.
It was made for the Numa Numa dance. It was made for fucking oh my god, what else was there even back in the day? There's
Smosh.
Fred.
Fred.
Smosh is
Oh my
back.
god. Smosh is back.
Yeah. They bought their
That's
channel back. I
crazy.
didn't realize they had sold it to Rhett and Link. That's
I
the
think
best
that
case
was like
scenario.
that was done to like keep it safe, yeah,
Yeah.
from like the investors.
Those people, those men, Rhett and Link, will never listen. If they do, you can't come after me, listeners. But I firmly believe they will never do a bad thing in their life.
It, you know, you want to believe,
I want to believe. So
dude.
bad. So
It'll
bad.
happen to you. Your comfort YouTubers will be in a fucking mess,
Oh man.
and then
Not
you can watch the
if
fire,
listen to me. If some comes out against Germa, I'm
dude.
leaving the internet.
I'm blasting my body off of this planet,
I'm tying myself to a rocket and going to Mars if Germa turns
dude.
out to be shitty.
I'm beating Elon's ass, and I'm taking his fucking shitty ass rocket. I'm gonna make it work for me. I'm gonna blast
Yeah.
off. I'm
I don't
leaving.
think that he knows how to be bad. I feel like he is genuinely just like one brain cell in there and it's just like fart sounds.
I do recall there's a couple of instances where like somebody said something transphobic in his chat, and you know his chat goes a fucking mile a minute, right?
Right.
My dude stopped the entire stream to fucking call his ass out.
I love that.
Yeah. He stopped the stream and he fucking ripped into his ass.
I don't know if I could ever see him be
Metaphorically.
serious.
I've seen it a couple times, and it is because people were shitty.
Yeah.
I remember I was watching like him play this game Dark and Darker, which I wish was back. Anyways, I'll get into that later. Um, he was playing the game. He's doing a little role play. And he was using like open mic. And like a random user said something
Mhm.
bad, and then his whole demeanor changed. You could tell he was bummed out
Yeah.
because
That's
he
what
was trying
happens
to
when
do
you
a little
play games
character. I
with
know.
lobbies, dude. I
Yeah.
It's so brave. It's either brave or it's dumb. I can't tell the difference. Like
It's can be both.
there's this femme presenting TikToker that is a Twitch streamer and
Mhm.
plays I think Call of Duty or I don't know, one of the shooter things. I don't fucking know what one it is. Maybe it's even like
Brave.
one of the cartoon ones actually. I don't know.
Still
And
brave.
plays with randos and it's always the exact same formula. She gets in there, the guys are like, "Hey, what's up?" She says, "Not much. Like, how are you doing? Hope you guys are having a good day." And then they're like, "Fucking bitch." And like immediately are
Oh
like,
my god.
"Uninstall your game. Uninstall your game. I bet you're fat. I bet you're 300 pounds." And then her whole brand is that she just like whoops their ass and then like
That's
talks shit to them.
so good. I love
It's
that.
very satisfying, but it's like also so fucked up
Yeah,
that
it's
every
it's
single
wild.
one.
She can center her content around this one instance specifically
And she can
happening
upload
over
every
and
single
over.
day
That's
because
I
it's
mean,
just
yeah.
constant.
Yeah, when I used to play Overwatch back in the day, I would not use the mic. I think I
Yeah.
tried to like a couple times and like, oh my God.
It's
Like,
like what is in their brains where when they hear a femme voice, they lose their mind.
here's the thing though. I am spiteful. I will throw the game if you are mean to me.
Right, so would
And I
I.
did. I did.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there was, oh God. I would play like tank.
Mhm.
Um, and I remember this one player, he was playing Torbjorn, and his fucking username was Finna Nut.
Oh my
So
god.
we're off to a great start.
Great start.
Um he is like being he's like shield me, blah blah blah. He's, bad at the game.
Right.
Not my fault. Skill issue.
Skill issue.
And he just at the end of the game, he just went off on me and just like blah 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 blah. And I was like, just nut. Just
Just
shut the
not
fuck
then.
up and nut. And I made a mockery of it, and I just didn't take it very seriously. I was like, just nut. You'll be fine. Okay?
Right.
That's fine.
You're
Like,
so
and
mad, dude.
dude, that's my favorite reaction to someone who is mad at me, is just
Just
not
not.
taking it serious. No, just
Oh,
not taking
joking.
it seriously and like making a joke out of it, because they get so much more mad and then they'll just leave.
Oh man. It's like how can a person, I was going to say man. It's mostly men, well, in my experience, but
Yeah.
how can a person get so mad over a video game. I don't understand it.
I don't either. Like, and I played a lot of Overwatch. Like, I played competitive games, but it's like as soon as the game is over, like it's over. You just do another game.
Right,
Like,
it's done.
I
Like,
can't, I
what do
can't
they do
care.
after that? Like, they berate you, they like say the most heinous shit you've ever heard, and then they leave and they just jump into the next one. And then what's their stink like in the next one? Are they
Just the
like, do
worst.
they just, it's just a rolling stink, dude. From the minute they start playing to when they stop, it just builds and builds and builds. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't
God,
get it.
I forgot the technical term for it, but there was a term that people would use when like people's moods would tank while they're gaming.
Oh,
And
I've
it's
heard like
like
getting tilted. Is
tilted.
that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like
I
you're
think it came
tilted.
from Fortnite because the tilted towers. Or maybe that came
Did
from the
it?
term. Might have been the
Here,
other way around.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Tilted gamer term.
Oh my god.
I feel
Gamer
like it,
diaper.
what does the term till I know what it means. Where does it come from? It comes
Add the
from
word origin.
esports.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
Legal, it probably league.
Probably
Probably
league.
league actually.
Yeah.
Everything bad comes from League of Legends.
I was in a friend's stream earlier and I was talking about an ex, we'll say.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking about how he gets so mad at Rocket League. I've never seen a man get more
Oh
mad at
my
Rocket League.
god.
Like one time, just absolutely
The car
demolished. Like,
game?
the car soccer.
No, car soccer. Come
Like,
on.
right. Just absolutely like one time just demolished like his own Xbox and whipped all of his
I
like
don't
full autistic like 10-year-old boy tantrum. And I was like, what the fuck? I was talking about that in a stream and they said, I can't believe he gets tilted over Rocket League. But then they said, I would assume based on that they played League. So League
Wow.
has like a stink on it.
Um yeah, it does. Also, I
Yeah.
found the origin for tilt.
Oh.
And you know what? I should have known. It comes from the mechanical pinball machines that would freeze the flippers if the players tried to tilt the
Oh.
machine.
Oh.
So if you try to tilt
Interesting.
machines, yeah, it'll just lock up. So it's like when you get that much rage that you
And
fucking
you like
try to
shake
move
the
the goddamn
machine.
game,
I would
you're
have
tilted.
sworn it would have been like a video game situation.
I think that the video game that it is more related with is League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever game
tilted.
makes the players the most mad.
Yeah, I just can't imagine being so mad that I would destroy my own belongings.
Oh, yeah. It
Um,
they do that.
the most I've ever
Men'll do that.
done was I think I threw my remote into a pillow.
Oh
But
shit,
it's
watch
like,
out.
but yeah, I know I'm fucking wild now. But yeah, it's like I had, an area where it was safe to throw a thing into and it's, nothing was broken.
Right. It's I think it's a boy thing.
I think it might be
It's their secondary emotion, dude.
punch hole through
Everything
wall.
punch hole through wall, fucking throw things, break things. I don't understand it. I don't like that society put that in boys' brains.
Yeah.
It's
I
just a lot.
and also like I just can't imagine like because I know this probably originates when they're younger,
Yeah.
right? Um like my grandmother would be so mad at me if I broke my GameCube.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
shitting me? She'd be like,
Yeah.
"Well, now you have a broken GameCube." Like,
Literally.
who like why is this behavior being like, "Oh, yeah, you get a new controller." Like, I don't know.
Literally. I don't get it. I don't know.
It's so odd. Ugh, Jesus, the stink.
This
Bad stink.
it's bad. It's rough.
I'm gonna watch the cop video again.
Yeah, watch the cop video
I just
again.
need to.
I'm gonna watch it again too.
That's my chaser. Oh my God. Like, what? How did he enter the slide though?
What did he do?
Like, did
Someone
he go
commented
down?
and said, "I love the loaded handgun mag and broken question mark cuffs that he just sort of shits out when he hits the ground like a cartoon." And he
Like that's
does.
the loot he dropped.
Literally. Oh my
It's
god.
Did he go down the slide feet first on his stomach? I think that's what he did.
That's how he came out. And he like watch him when he comes out, he's so stiff. He looks like someone shoved a mannequin down it. And he just
Looks
like
like a
rocks
fucking
his
sled.
shit, dude. Oh
He
man.
looks like a bobsled, dude.
Mhm. He's but you know what? He probably deserves it. A
Yeah,
cat.
I mean, he's a cop, so what are you gonna do? But
Cops
like,
stay trying to be cool, and like
I
it's giving when cops like come up to like a group of kids playing basketball and they like try to shoot a hoop and then they fail.
you know, my favorite part is that so many people are recording this.
Is there a bunch?
Like at the beginning of the clip, you could see there's other phones. Everyone's waiting for this cop to come down
Oh
the
my
slide for some
God.
reason. Oh,
Why do I
because
feel like it was a watch this moment?
Oh, it was a newly okay, so the playground was newly renovated, so they probably had like an event or something.
Oh my god. I'd be so embarrassed I'd never leave my house again, I think. It's so bad.
I have to close it. I have to close it. I have to close it.
I want to
Okay.
watch it reversed. Someone said that they saw it reversed.
Oh, I've seen it edited a little bit.
Oh
Like
man,
he's
that's
coming
gonna
out
be
and going back
fucking
in and coming
viral.
out.
It's so bad. All right. Well, with that, should we end the podcast?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think yeah. I think we should. Wow, I mean, I could tell that this was going to be a long podcast.
yeah.
I knew,
Yeah.
but I didn't
Not our
know,
longest,
you
though.
know.
We've
Not
got
our
longer.
longest.
Mhm.
Is that still the Titanic
That's
episode?
the Titanic episode.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Wow. Well, you know, our most popular episode is the Bruh Pilled episode currently.
Is it? I'm not
It went-
surprised.
It went to number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all for listening to us chatter.
Yeah. Scream into the void about men TM.
Dude,
Again.
So again, what will we bring next to episode 9? Who's to say?
knows? Yeah.
But yeah, thank y'all for listening. If you want to rate us on Spotify or wherever you're listening to, if it's got a rating system, why don't you give us some stars? I
Yeah,
think
toss
we
us a couple stars.
you know, just a little. I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold star method.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the episodes will be less about men, more
In the
stars we
future.
get. No, I'm just
Hopefully.
kidding. I probably will not.
Yeah, give us stars and see what happens. Threat.
Yeah, see what happens.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anything else you want to say to the people, to the fruckers?
Until next time, keep on frucking.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Bye.
Bye.